All right, let's talk about the new frontier of job interviews, a format that is, let's be honest, taking over the hiring world. Today, we're not just going to give you a few tips. We are going to build your ultimate toolkit to absolutely master the asynchronous video interview. You know that feeling, right? You hit record, that little light starts blinking, and all of a sudden you're giving this big speech to a completely empty room. If that has ever felt just a little bit weird or awkward, trust me, you are not alone. But here's the secret. That strange setup, that's what we're going to turn into your biggest advantage. So we need to do a little reframe here. This is not a high-pressure pop quiz. Think of it more like a stage. It is your chance to craft your own story, to polish your message, and to present the absolute best version of yourself, completely on your own terms. And look, make no mistake, this is the new rulebook. As we're looking ahead to the hiring landscape of 2025 and beyond, getting good at this is non-negotiable. It's shifting from this kind of niche thing to a totally standard step in the hiring process. And knowing how to nail it, well, that gives you a serious, serious edge. Think about the difference for a second. A live interview is kind of like a dance, right? It's all about spontaneity, reading the room, reacting in the moment. But an asynchronous interview, that's a performance. It's a game of preparation and precision. Now, yeah, you lose that real-time feedback, but you gain something huge, total control over your environment and your delivery. And this is where you can really, really shine. So let's dive into the first part of our toolkit, the pre-production power-up. You know, just like in the movies, so much of the magic actually happens long before the cameras even start rolling. Success here is all about setting the stage perfectly. Let's break this down into 3 simple steps. First, set your stage. Find a quiet spot, make sure you've got good, soft lighting on your face and a clean, professional background behind you. No distractions. Second, run a tech check. Seriously, do a little trial run. Is your camera clear? Is your audio crisp? Is your internet connection stable? You don't want a tech glitch to ruin a fantastic answer. And finally, number 3, craft your message. Go through that job description, pull out the key words, and just outline your talking points. Now remember, you're not writing a word-for-word script. Just get clear on the story you want to tell. Okay, your stage is set. Now it's showtime. Let's talk about the performance. This is about delivering with a kind of confidence that an employer can actually feel, even through a screen. And it's about way more than just the words you say. It really all comes down to your nonverbal communication. First up, eye contact. You've got to look directly into the camera lens, not at your own face on the screen. It feels a little weird at first, but that's how you create that direct, personal connection. Next, your posture. Sit up straight, pull your shoulders back. It instantly projects energy and confidence. And finally, use your hands. Gestures can help emphasize your points, just like you would in a real conversation. It adds so much life and dynamism to your video. And this is a total pro tip. Do not be afraid of silence. When you rush through your answers, you can come across as nervous. But a well-placed pause, maybe right before you answer a tricky question or to emphasize a really key point, it makes you seem thoughtful, confident, and totally in control. It gives your words so much more weight. Remember those outlines we talked about? Now's the time to actually use them. Run through your answers a few times. The goal isn't to memorize a script. That always sounds robotic. No, the goal is to get so comfortable with your main points that you can deliver them clearly, concisely, and with some genuine energy. It has to feel authentic. So, you've recorded your answers. Phew, but wait, you're not done yet. This next step, what I call the post-recording polish, is what separates a pretty good submission from a truly great one. This is your chance to be your own quality control and make sure you're submitting a masterpiece. I want you to watch your video back. And as you're watching, you have to be ruthlessly objective. Ask yourself this one simple, powerful question. Based on this performance, the clarity, the energy, the professionalism, would I hire me? If the answer is anything less than a resounding yes, then you need to figure out why, and maybe consider doing another take. Once you've reviewed it, maybe refined it, and you are genuinely proud of that final product, then it's time to send it off. And remember, hitting submit isn't just uploading a file. It's making a statement. A polished submission shows that you have high standards, you pay attention to detail, and you respect the employer's time. You're not just hoping it's good enough, you're submitting it with the conviction that it is. All right, so you've nailed all the fundamentals. Now, how do we go from being just competent to being totally unforgettable? Let's talk about finding your asynchronous edge. This is how you make sure your video is the one that the hiring manager is still thinking about at the end of a long day. Here are 3 really powerful ways to do it.
First, let your personality shine through. A genuine smile or a quick, relevant personal story can make you so much more memorable than a generic cookie-cutter answer. Second, back up everything you say with proof. Don't just say you're a great team player, give a specific example with a measurable result. And third, follow up with finesse. A simple professional thank you email after you submit, it reinforces your interest and leaves a fantastic lasting impression.
And that brings us to maybe the most powerful tool in your entire arsenal, numbers. You have to quantify your achievements. So instead of saying, I increased efficiency, you say, I implemented a new workflow that boosted team efficiency by 150% in the first quarter. You hear that difference? Numbers are concrete, they're memorable, and they prove your value in a way that vague statements just never ever can. So there you have it, the complete toolkit, all broken down into 3 core phases. Preparation, setting your stage for success. Performance, delivering with confidence and impact. And polish, refining your submission until it's absolutely perfect. You are now equipped to handle any asynchronous interview that comes your way. But now I want to turn it over to you. As you think about this whole format, what's the one thing that still makes you just a little bit nervous? Is it the tech side of things? Is it just talking into the silence? Or maybe not getting that real-time feedback from a person? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to get a conversation going. And hey, if you're excited about where the future of work is heading, I'm talking about mastering new skills just like this, understanding AI, thriving in remote teams, then do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. Join the thousands of other learners in our community who are shaping tomorrow's workforce today. Thanks for hanging out.